Hello, survivors, and welcome to Let's Die Revenant, the his versus hers guide to surviving impossible things. And this week we are surviving the the
Uh,
kind of the Tolkien. So I wrote the Tolkien apocalypse. However, I don't really feel
Tol
like we should blame
Tol
Tolkien for Rings of
Tolkien
Power.
Tolkien a pit. Tolkien a
Tolkien
pig.
Tolkienopolis
Tolkien
apocalypse.
Tolkien locks.
Yeah, I don't know if we should blame Tolkien for the bullshit that is Rings of Power. Oh
I
no, spoiler
I
alert.
I liked it.
Did you watch it?
I watched all of it.
Oh,
I was
well,
very invested. I really enjoyed it. Hi, my name is Bret.
I think you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
being genuine with you. I like Lord of the Rings and I like Rings of Power.
Okay.
That's a thing that can exist.
I don't believe so, but okay. Hello, Bret. I'm Codey,
Hi.
and
This
we
is
are
the
here
show.
today to talk about the first season of Rings of Power. I think the impetus for having this episode be at this time of year was we thought that we might have a season 2 release date.
Do we?
Well, that's why I put it here. And we don't have a date yet. All we have is most likely 2024.
Oh.
Though it was purchased, the rights were purchased for $1 billion with the assumption that they were going to do 5 seasons. So we know that there are going to be more seasons. It's just a matter of when.
What a beautiful show, by the way. Regardless of your enjoyment of it
True.
as a Lord of the Rings, I don't know. Like, I guess the amount that you enjoyed Rings of Power depends on how fervent of a fan you are, I guess, of the source material.
Yeah.
I am a old school Transformers fan that for a long time was like, it's not the same as the original. Blah, 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 blah. Look, we've been through 8 live action movies and they reboot the animated series every couple of years. You just got to learn to roll with the times and just accept it. And yeah, that's Rings of Power is a good show. I like all the acting, and it's probably the most beautifully filmed show. Like all the set pieces and the places that they film and stuff. Like Numenor is gorgeous. Like everything is pretty.
I definitely will not disagree. Putting on my best of the rest hat here and giving a
Hashtag positivity podcast.
hashtag positivity podcast.
Big PP energy over there.
Gigantic PP energy. It is beautiful. It is really pretty. The end. It is visually beautiful. I think the music is also really pretty. I think they brought back Howard Shore, who was the person who did the music for the Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings, and
Did you almost say
Hobbit
Andrew
series.
Jackson?
I
Lord of
almost
the
did.
Rings?
Who is that? Who is
That's
Andrew?
like isn't that like a Civil War general or something?
Was he a president?
I think so.
Yeah, it sure do be a president. I'm wondering if there's like a novel, like a new person who's named Andrew Jackson. Anyway, Peter Jackson.
That guy.
That guy, his beautiful, beautiful series. Both of them. I enjoy both of the products put out by Peter Jackson in the Tolkieniverse.
Tolkien verse.
Yeah. Pausing here. Did you want me to swap out my mic?
Oh, and then I gotta pause too.
Well, I'm not. I didn't. Okay.
What?
Yeah. So, I guess like this Rings of Power. Okay. Let me just.
All right. Cody's gonna get into it. I've said my piece. You know, sometimes you gotta roll with the changes, and you gotta appreciate something for what it is, and the fact that it exists doesn't ruin the thing that exists in other mediums. Right? Don't go burn your Lord of the Rings books.
Okay. So Rings of Power, this is from the Wikipedia quote, set thousands of years before the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. The series being Rings of Power, the TV series, is based on author J.R.R. Tolkien's history of Middle-earth. It begins during a time of relative peace and covers all of the major events of Middle-earth's Second Age: the forging of the Rings of Power, the rise of the Dark Lord Sauron, the fall of the island kingdom of Numenor, and the last alliance between elves and men. These events take place over thousands of years in Tolkien's original stories, but are condensed for the series. End quote. So that's like where we are. And the series really follows three points of view, question mark. One of which is Galadriel, who we know from the TV shows sorry, not the TV shows, the movies. And it's kind of like her when she was younger. I have issues there, but I won't get into it. The other two, one of them is kind of this creature. Gosh, what did they call them? The creatures.
Which creatures?
That are not hobbits.
Oh man, no.
The Hobbit prototype.
Yeah, they're like ancestors of what would eventually become the hobbits.
Yeah.
If you could vamp for a little bit, and I'll look it up.
Yeah, so it follows kind of a group of them, and they're more nomadic. They're not like tied to home like hobbits are in the series. Wow, Stella. Thanks.
We're puppy positive. People on watching on Spotify and YouTube are loving it.
Stella really wants people to know. Come here. Come. Trade. Bring you here. Stella really wants people to know this is her favorite movie. Oh, thanks for breaking that. Her favorite movie is The Unexpected Journey Hobbit movie, which is the first one in the Hobbit trilogy.
I've not seen that one.
She totally just picked it up and carried it over to me. From where it was over by my DVD, by my Blu-ray player, because I've been watching that. Rewatching them.
I have the extended versions of the first three movies. I need to go back and watch those, because I was actually, I was watching a few scenes, and like, I don't remember the mouth of Sauron at all. Like, it's just I'm like, when did that happen? Like, I don't remember that shit. And I rewatched that scene, and I'm like, holy shit, that rules.
Which one?
You know who the mouth of Sauron is?
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
I did not remember seeing that in that movie at all. Like
It's only in the extended edition. It's not in the original.
Which I have and I've seen. Mm-hmm. I just don't remember it. Like, it's a thing that completely escapes me. They didn't like have an edited down version for the original. I honestly don't remember. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, I really like that. The other thing I really like, so the extended edition of Return of the King also has a really good scene where Éomer finds Éowyn on the battlefield, and he has this like blood-curdling scream that Carl Urban does, and he just has this look on his face, like, what the fuck? Why is she here? And like that part F's me up every single time.
Harefoot, by the way.
Harfoot. It's the Harfoots.
Harfoot. Tomato,
which makes sense because they have hairy feet. And then, so if you are going to watch the Hobbit movies, Bret, I recommend the extendeds for those as well, because
I've seen The Desolation of Smaug.
Smaug.
And I've seen the third one.
Journey. Oh, Battle of the Five Armies?
Battle of the Five Armies. I have not seen Unexpected Journey.
Have you seen the extended of Battle of the Five Armies, though?
Probably not. I think I watched them on TV.
That shit slaps. So they basically add like a half an hour to the battle scenes, and there's like some of the best battle crap in the extended edition that they did not add in the original edition. It's absolutely amazing. But we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about the Rings of Power.
I mean, it can come up, Rings of Power and Lord of the Rings are linked quite a lot by the guy that created the whole universe thing. So if Lord of the Rings shit comes up, I'm not willing to shy away from it.
Okay.
Or we don't have to anyway. Look,
yeah, so
for $19.99, I can buy the One Ring.
Oh, I bought it as a kid. I actually was just thinking about this the other day. I bought a bookmark that had the ring on it as a kid, and I remember it was my first experience with sales tax, because in Oregon we don't have sales tax. So whatever the price is on something, that's the price that it's going to be when you buy it. And I was in California and I found this bookmark and it was $5 and I had exactly $5 and I was so excited because I was like, what, like 11 or something, and I was just like ecstatic because I loved reading. I loved the
You're
series.
like, my precious queen.
Yeah, pretty much. So I took it to the counter and the woman rang it up and she was like, oh, that'll be like $5.30 whatever because of sales tax, right? And I started bawling because all I had was $5. And the guy in the line behind me was like, oh my God, here's $1.
Oh.
And I was just like, it said $5. And she was like, but sales tax. And I was like, what is that?
How old were you again?
I was like 11.
So basically you wanted to buy something and then Sauron hits you with that on the back end.
Yeah, pretty much.
The cash register was like Sauron in this scenario.
Pretty much.
Pretty much? I don't like P much. Let's just say pretty much.
Pretty much. Okay, anyway. So it follows the Rings of Power follows Galadriel and her bullshittery and a younger Elrond.
Okay.
Okay. And then sorry, I have so many problems with that timeline. And then the Harfoots, the main Harfoot being Nori, who is short for Eleanor, and she finds this guy who's a stranger, and you don't really like know who he is at first. He kind of like is a comet like fallen from the sky or whatever. And then the third one follows this like elf guy. I can't remember his name.
Going back to the stranger, we kind of know who he is now, don't we?
But we know who he is now at the end of the season, but we don't know who he is at the beginning of the season.
That was so cool. I was like, that was my favorite part. Well, one of my favorite parts of the show is trying to just the mystery of who the stranger is, and I really liked it.
Okay, well, I'm fine with the mystery of who the stranger is. The mystery of who is Sauron was the big frustration.
Right, yeah.
Because at this point, you're like, who is Sauron? Like, it could be literally anybody at this point, except for the people who are named that we know. But it could have been a freaking one of the Harfoots. It could have been the stranger. It could have been the guy who was the human king person who I can't remember his name. It could have been the elf that, like, a couple elves. There was the bad elf who was on like in league with the orcs. Oh my gosh. Yes. Sorry. You just sent me for people who we're going to put it in the show notes. Bret just sent me a meme.
I did.
It's true. It's
here's another version of it.
It's someone pointing at literally everyone.
Someone that's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right. But it's like the pointing at all the things. So you see the stranger, you see the guy who is the half elf who leads the orcs. You see this other person who you have no idea who they like. It's like a secret league of wizards or something.
They're like an attendant of Sauron, and they've been sent to fetch him.
But they like tried to go for the stranger. So like,
right, they thought the stranger could have been the return of Sauron.
Yeah, they're crazy.
That's what they thought, because they're like, oh, it could be. Well, they also. They think that it's Sauron. They're pretty sure that it is, but it was very clear, like, by the end that they're like, oh, it's the other guy.
Yeah. It's just bullcrap. So there's, like, all these different people, and, like, at one part in the series, I remember making a joke to whoever was watching it with me at the time of, like, the true Sauron is the Sauron inside of us that we found along the way or whatever. Because like, at some point, like, each character has, like, some dickery to them. Like, they all have this, like, am I going to be a dick at this moment? And at each time, you're like, there's a little bit of Sauron in you right now. So I didn't really like, I think I liked the who is the stranger. So spoiler, here is your spoiler warning, y'all. I'm going to say a thing.
Skip ahead 30 seconds. Is that enough time?
Sure.
Okay. Starting now.
It was Gandalf. Pretty sure the stranger is Gandalf. Yes. Which makes sense because he gets tied to, like, or not tied to, he's, like, fond of the hobbits who are later Harfoots. And then he says something at the end that is very akin. It's like something that Gandalf says. So it's clear that that the stranger is Gandalf at the end, but like throughout the whole time he's like, am I gonna be evil? Am I gonna be good? Who freaking knows? And I think that's the point, is like, if he went evil, he would have been like the Saruman of the age, but he didn't. And it's because he's a Maiar. I'm trying to figure out how much of the lore we want to get into for this.
I'm just letting you do your thing.
So basically, he is one of the like angels, like quote unquote. There's like a series of gods who are the Valar, and then the Maiar are like angels underneath them. And I'm pretty sure like Sauron is a Maiar of Morgoth, who was another one of the Valar, who was like the big bad.
The big bad. Before all the movies. I would have liked to have seen that movie about Morgoth and his war on Middle Earth. That'd been
well, and him finding the Silmarils and stuff like that. So the whole like shenanigans of everything is that there are these jewels called the Silmarils that the elves like really love because they're pure star. They're like really important to the elves. Right. And
I see why they
and there's like a rivalry.
I see why they didn't go that route, because they, some of the appeal of Rings of Remus in the camera. He's just giving you a derp face that is killing me.
Oh, big puppy.
But like, it's kind of like when you watched Korra, the second series of Avatar. You wanted to know what happened to the characters. In Rings of Power, like part of it is like you said,
where did they come from?
The who is Sauron thing. We could see the beginning of the stranger stuff and like where the hobbits probably came from and things like that. Whereas if you go so far back and you did like a show just about like Morgoth and that whole the Silmarillion, you lose all those characters. Although I argue, I guess you could probably put Tom Bombadil in there. And
Bomb Tombadil.
It's
their way of trying to get around the licensing rights that they don't have. And I think that's why they didn't buy the licensing rights for the Silmarillion, so they couldn't actually use any of the shit from the Silmarillion.
I bet you if they took the money that they used to license Rings of Power and they put that money towards the Silmarillion, I bet you they look. They're Amazon. Their money is infinite. They can get whatever they want unless the people holding the license is like nah, just like straight up on principle nah. But clearly they're not.
That was the thing, is that the Tolkien estate was like, nah, the Silmarillion. I think that they have grander designs for the Silmarillion elsewhere. But they basically definitely did not want Amazon to do it. They did not want to take too much of Daddy Bezos' money.
I can't say that word, and I hate it. Like,
it's fine.
No offense to the Silmarillion, but
okay, here.
I can't. Selma.
Nope, Selma.
Silmarillion.
Nailed it.
I still don't like it. Like, I'm never gonna be able to say it. Like,
yeah, it's a hard word. I got you, boo. So yeah. Anyway, so I guess my biggest gripes are with the Galadriel story. Go for it.
Before we get to your biggest gripes, Warner Brothers announces new Lord of the Rings movies are coming. This is as of February 23rd, 2023. And this is what came up when I searched for Silmarillion movies.
So is it like us? Like, what does the press release say? Read it to me.
I'm working on it.
She do be loading.
Like, I'm trying to get, like, it's a lot, and I just found it. So like, I tell you what, you tell me your big gripes, and we'll come back to me, and I'll tell you what I was able to uncover. Okay,
so my biggest gripe is that the Galadriel storyline. So first of all, Galadriel, gosh, where do I want to begin? Galadriel never wanted to be a part of her brother's wars. So her brothers had this issue with Sauron because of the fact that they got killed by Sauron, but they got killed by Sauron because of bullshit shenanigans that they got themselves into. And she literally, like, in the lore, she doesn't really ever like want to be a part of it, and so she like fucks off to the Lothlorien. But in this, like, she is actively like,
she's like hardcore.
She's like, I have to fight my brother's war. It's like, no, she literally didn't want this. Like, she did not. Like, there's nowhere in the lore that was like, oh, and for a while Galadriel was a badass warrior princess. Like that just didn't. It's hard because like I don't think I can say that it didn't happen, but like it's basically them playing in a gray area. So that's frustrating. For her to have this like huge grudge with him when she didn't want anything to do with it. But then the other thing is there's like this possible love between her and Elrond. And like I'm pretty sure Elrond marries her daughter. So like this is but also elves live forever. So I don't know if they're off having fuck fests with each other and then their children
Why
also
not
having fuck fests. Like I don't fucking know. But like I'm pretty sure she's also married at this point because she marries the who's in a what's it. I just like ugh.
So back to me. There's no mention of the Silmarillion movie. Other than that, there's just Lord of the Rings Tolkien movies on the way. However, I do want to point out that there is a Lord of the Rings: The War of Rohirrim, which is an animated movie that comes out in 2024. The dogs are throwing. Release the hounds of Mount Doom.
The war of the Rohirrim is happening in my fucking.
I can hear it
right here.
Oh my gosh!
Stella, hey, come here. Come here.
This is the chaos that we perpetually live in, and we're bringing the listener into it with us.
Okay. The Battle of the Rohirrim in my living room has finished. Possibly, actually.
Has it? Has it, though?
Remus, come here. Up. It will if I can get him up and back in his spot again. Come on, up. Well, that would be interesting. I wonder what that's going to be like.
So, you've read the books, right?
Yeah.
Why was there some hesitation there?
So I am big, like I really like reading. I really like if there's something that is made into like from a book series, I like to read the series first. I actually didn't like Lord of the Rings.
Like the movies or the books?
The books.
Okay.
I actually prefer the movies. I think that Peter Jackson did a lot better of a job to tell of telling the story. The Silmarillion is it's hard. It can be hard to read. I listened to a podcast called The Legendarium. I highly recommend it, and they did a chapter by chapter reading of the Silmarillion. So
I'm with you. I tried to read The Lord of the Rings and couldn't get through it as a kid, but I love the movies.
Yeah.
And then have you seen? What's the name of the guys that played Pip and Merry?
Oh, they're like podcast where it's just them. I haven't watched it or listened to it, but it's really cute. Like the idea is really cute.
I've listened to a lot of it actually. It's called Billy Boyd and Dominique Monaghan Talk the Friendship Onion.
Okay.
It's a spectacular show actually, and those guys' friendship really just jumps out of the earbuds.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't done that. I listened to the Tolkien Professor for a while, another good podcast. And then I've been listening to the Legendarium, but I have not listened to Billy and Dom's podcast. So
it's definitely worth it.
Okay.
Was there any more criticisms of Rings of Power, or is there anything about the show that you actually enjoyed that you thought was like that made you glad that you watched it? And anything at all? Any redeeming qualities?
It was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep giving it a chance. Like I'm gonna keep watching it, even though.
Oh no, you're going to because you have to.
Right.
The Tolkien in your blood says you must.
But it's not my favorite. I mean, I think that they played a lot with gray areas in ways that I don't like.
Did you know that he died in like 1940s?
Yeah.
Or something crazy.
He's been dead for a while.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh yeah. I've heard a really cool theory, it might actually be real, I don't know, that orcs, like the coming of the age of machines or whatever, is supposed to be like humans.
The coming of the orcs.
It's like
disgusting.
It's like the coming, yeah. It's
You're
like,
nasty.
it's us. It's like the industrial age is what it was supposed to be like a metaphor for.
I want to see the future. I want them to see like Amazon make like a series that takes place after the main Lord of the Rings, and it's like they got floating cars and it's neon and it's like Blade Runner, and it follows the story of like an orc cop or whatever.
Legolas is still there.
Legolas is still there, and he's like a gritty detective now, and
somehow looks like he hasn't aged because he
never
ages.
Just like busting an underground like orc drug ring or something.
Yeah. Well, I will definitely watch the next season, but I was whelmed. So you're muted.
I said I'm going to watch the next segment because we're going to move on into the second portion of our show with Klayshen and Nicodemus Rexx. All the links for them are in the description. So we will be right back after these non-existent messages.
Bow, 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 bow.
Previously on Let's Die.
Where are we?
What kind of iron horse is this?
Dude, I think that's a tree.
Well, ma'am, if you don't mind, I think we are in the wrong place.
Sound the alarms! Womp, womp, womp!
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
That there is the ugliest varmint I ever seen.
Run.
Last we left our heroes, they were in the engineering of the Orgocorp space station.
The disgusting bio space station that makes you want to vomit because it's gross.
A living space station.
Disgusting.
And we left them in the engineering wing, and there was a xenomorph right above their heads. It's at this point of the anime that we want to flash forward a year.
Okay.
So welcome Clay and Clay and Cowboy Nathan. Over the course of this year, you have become full-time employees of Orgocorp.
Oh, well, that was unexpected.
Well, we have some damn good plot armor. Anyways.
Like apparently at Orgocorp Xenomorph gets out, that's just Tuesday.
Yeah, that's
So we need to figure out what jobs you have. What do you think?
computer engineer.
Codey, can you give me a roll, please?
5.
5 is for Clay, and 18 is going to be for Nick. So let's see what job you got. 2, 3, 4, 5. Clay, you're a massage therapist on Orgocorp.
Dang it! Why couldn't Cowboy Nick be a massage?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No one jumped in to do it with me. 18.
18.
You are a gamekeeper. I don't know what that is.
Oh, gamekeeper is someone who wrangles animals and takes care
Oh.
of grounds.
Makes sense with
So
cowboy.
it's basically exactly what I was going to suggest.
He's a cowboy. Okay.
Yeah, he's a cowboy.
Yeah. Nathan,
Pick some blood.
all right, so you guys have your jobs at Orgocorp that you've been performing over the course of this year. Codey, can you give me another roll, please?
I'm sorry. I'm just loving the yoo-hoo. Fix them a blowout. 14.
All right, Clay, you rolled a 7, so your performance as a massage therapist has not been particularly well. You oversleep a lot, and you have a tendency to disappear around lunchtime for longer than normal. and your clients don't seem to particularly enjoy when you give them their treatments, as it were. Nathan, pardon me, you have excelled at being a cowboy. You're doing a pretty good job. You're not the best cowboy you can be, but gosh darn it, you're better than all the rest.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a learning curve. Learn about these alien livestock and whatnot.
Sure, but management is pleased with you. However, you both are in the break room as you are still friends, enjoying whatever drink of choice. When your boss walks in, and your boss is a 9-foot-tall xenomorph wearing a white-collared shirt and a very nice pressed slacks, He walks in with his coffee cup, gently swirling it around, and he kind of leans up against the counter and faces y'all, and he's like, "Sorry. Hey, Clay. Hello, Cowboy Nathan.
Morning.
I hope you boys are doing well today. Look, I'm gonna need you two to come in on Saturday. What would y'all like to do?"
Well, unfortunately for me, but fortunately for my manager, the pickup game of Schlogball got canceled this weekend, so I will be available.
The Xenomorph middle manager, really appreciates your go-to spirit and likes that his task that he was supposed to do himself that he's going to shove onto y'all is being taken care of so that he can enjoy his weekend. Clay, what are you doing?
I already work Saturdays, so I'm okay.
Oh, very good. So it works out. Let's go to Saturday then. Your boss has left for you guys, both of you, instructions on what to do. You have a envelope, the contents of which doesn't feel like paper. It feels like there's just one object in there. Funny enough. And you two are tasked with taking this very sensitive data in the instructions, and the only place that it can be disposed of is in the financial accounting offices way upstairs. There's a lot of different business divisions you got to get through to get it. It's going to be harrowing, but that's the only place that this sensitive data can be destroyed. You guys are starting in the let's see here. You guys are starting in human resources. This is where you've picked up your mail, and including the task for this, okay? So what would you guys like to do first? If you will, Clay, you still are armed with a really annoying map and a katana. Not probably why your clients don't really like your massages. Typically when I get a massage and the guy brings out a katana, I don't feel particularly safe.
I use it to cut the massage butter.
Fantastic. And then you rub it on their backs.
Yeah, I use it like a giant butter knife.
You use your clients like a honing stone. Yeah, so you guys are in HR. You're going to have to find your way up through the biological nasty station of Orgocorp to get to the top.
All right. Well, I hate running errands, but the mail's got to be delivered on time.
That's right.
All right, let's find the quickest way up there. I'll pull up the map. All right, let's see here. We are here, and it is here. So we take this elevator, then go up this elevator, across this hall, up that elevator. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I take it you guys are just leaving HR and you're going to travel to the first elevator that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. You make
take
it
the most efficient route, assuming that it don't take us through no death rooms or nothing like that.
Death rooms.
No, I this is how I disappear for hours on end on my lunch breaks. I used to map to find the best places to hide.
Oh wow! All right.
Efficient use.
Clay, just for that, anytime we need something that revolves around stealth, you get advantage. So, you guys leave HR and you head towards the first elevator. Cody, can you give me a roll for Clay?
13.
13. And Nathan had an 11. So both of you remembered your employee ID cards, which allows you to scan into the elevator. And now you're both in the elevator. You look on the panel, and it's like 100 buttons and in weird, squiggly alien languages. It's crazy.
They've been working here for a year, though, right?
Yeah. Did they
So-
learn to read it?
I assume Nathan, being a go-getter, would have tried.
Clay got a
Please.
12, so I think he can he took enough Duolingo, so he can understand a little bit, but he might get some of it wrong. Nathan,
I have Duolingo on my phone, so
Nathan got a 4, so he
he thinks he learned it.
I'm using it to learn Welsh. Anyways,
so yeah, Clay, you would know which buttons you need to press.
okay.
Yep.
Anyways,
You hit all 3 of those buttons in a specific sequence. The elevator door hisses shut, and it unlatches and starts to heave its way in the direction of where you want to go. As you arrive and you walk out into the hallway, you're met with a security checkpoint. Clearly, the man behind the counter is wearing an Orgocorp security uniform, which looks like a flesh spacesuit. And it's Nathan Fillion. Hold it right there, boys. I know you're just doing your thing, but I'm gonna need to see some ID.
hello, Nathan. Hold up my ID.
Okay?
What is his character's name in the movie?
Nobody knows. It's
okay.
unknowable.
We just call him Nathan Fillion.
All right, cool. Howdy, Nathan. How's the kids doing this week?
So Clay got a nat 20. We need a gift card.
Okay.
Ooh, congratulations.
Nathan, you rolled a 9. So Nathan's gonna look at you confused and just be like, "Have we met before?" But he does acknowledge that you have your
Do we
ID
get the purple
card
one?
and wave
Which
you
one?
by. He said the purple one.
I'll let the
dog is.
I'll let the dog.
Oh, she picked the left one.
She
I
picked
saw.
this one.
Okay.
What is it?
You get a decanter of endless water.
Okay.
There's a D4, so I roll that. It is the 2. So the decanter of endless water, when you open it, has a certain volume that comes out of it, and that showed how much comes out of it.
We don't need Clay to have any more broken items.
Well,
so as he's waving y'all through, he pauses real quick and goes, "Oh, hey, Clay, here, take this, would you?" And he hands you the decanter of endless water, and he's like, "Hey, consider it a gift. Thanks for sending the gift basket to Nora. The baby's happy and healthy. Thanks for welcoming her to this world. We love the fancy cheeses you sent."
You're welcome. I'll see you for your appointment next Tuesday.
Sounds great, brother man. You guys pass the security checkpoint and Nathan Fillion, and you end up in the next department, which is customer service. It is jam-packed with customers in long lines, and they're all annoyed and angry and just waiting for service, and there's one person at the customer service counter, and the door to continue for the employees anyway, would be behind them. This room is like a DMV on crack.
Okay. So this is what we need to do. Hide your badge. Act like a customer. Keep your head down. Go. This is how I get through here all the time. Stealth.
All right, Cody. I need a roll for Clay. Well, let's see what Nathan's going to do first.
I'm not even cleared for working customer service. I don't really see how I would get stuck being here. But if you insist.
You're just passing through. Cody, we need a double roll for Clay here. He's got advantage.
Okay, well that's good because you rolled a nat 1.
Oh, he lucked
I guess
out.
the double roll is 11, so it's 12
Okay.
altogether. Also, my cat has decided that he needs to join us.
Nathan, you got a 10. So both of you, keep your heads down and mind your own business, and you manage to like do that awkward thing where you like try. When you have to like walk through a line that's been formed, and people look at you like for a split second like you're cutting them, but you're like, oh, excuse me, and like all the aliens in this customer service line are like grumbling and annoyed with you, but no one really pays too much attention to you. You get to the counter where the Orgocorp employee is supposed to be helping customers, but clearly they're on the phone. They have very long nails and a beehive bun on top of their head, and they're like on their little like microphone headset, and they're like, "Thank you for calling Orgocorp. Hold, please." And then she presses the button, and then she waits a moment and says, "Welcome to Orgocorp. Thank you for calling. Hold, please." And then she clicks the button again. And then she looks up at the customer and she's like, "How can I help you today, sir?" As they're about to speak, she says, "Actually, would you mind holding, please? Thank you for calling Orgocorp. Will you hold, please?" And then she presses the button again. That's what you guys are seeing going down. What would you like to do?
That's what we see going down.
There's a door behind the counter as well.
I'm going to keep going. I know what happens here. I'm just going to keep going.
Okay.
I don't get involved.
Nathan?
Again, we are on a mission. I make my way for the door as well. Excuse me, pardon. Coming through.
Nathan got a 16.
Like another 20.
Wow. All right. Get him a card. While you do that, so success. She doesn't notice y'all. You guys are able to get around her and slip through the back door to the adjoining hallway.
Clay, do you want to pick your card or do you want Stella to pick your card?
Let Stella pick my card.
Which one, baby? Okay. We got to do it on camera. Which one? That one? Okay. An energy sword.
What the fuck? Okay.
I'm going to be dueling up at this bitch.
You are so good.
Oh God. So in the adjoining hallway, you guys end up in the behind, customer service. We have returns. This is where returns is. You see a lot of workers. They're stacking boxes. They're moving them back and forth to various conveyor belts and carts and shuffling them around, doing whatever they need to go. Everyone's a busy bee. It's a Saturday, I know, but this is Orgocorp. Like, Saturdays are meaningless in space. In space, nobody gets a Saturday. So now you guys have just come out into returns, and a man stops you all. "Hey, you two, you're not supposed to be back here. Who are you?"
Hi, I'm Klayshen. I'm the massage therapist on level 6. We have to go up to the accounting.
Nathan, gameskeeper. Yeah, we are on a bit of a mission here.
What kind of mission are we talking about? The gentleman in question is wearing a long black robe and cloak. His face is obscured, and he appears to be wearing what looks like an iron spiked crown above that. And like where the cowl conceals his face, it's just empty blackness.
Yikes.
And he's got greaves on, like gauntlets, like spiky metal gauntlets.
Has Clay found the energy sword at this point?
Not yet.
Okay.
Don't worry, I didn't forget.
You're fine.
Well, sir, we got ourselves a mail delivery here. Coming up from HR, heading up to account.
Let me see your identification, please.
Nathan's gonna proffer his identification. He ain't got no reason to hide nothing.
I need a roll.
The roll. 7.
Ooh. Nathan got a 16, so he's good. So the manager of returns, the wraith, the returns wraith, looks at your IDs. He hands Nathan's back to him, and he looks at Clay's
Leave
a
it.
little longer, and he looks back up at you, Clay, and he's like, "This card's a little beat up, isn't it?
I work with a lot of oil.
A lot of
And I
scuff."
work.
He is
Yeah.
a professional massage therapist, my friend. Pretty darn good one, as far as I can tell.
All right. Well, the barcode on the back is starting to get rubbed off. I suggest you make an appointment with the credentialing station and get a new one as soon as you can.
Will do.
What are you transporting through here?
We do not know. It's in a sealed envelope.
Our manager told us it was for accounting's discretion only.
Where is the envelope now?
I would assume. Well, I shouldn't say I assume.
Did anybody pick it up?
Like I
Nicodemus
would
has
like
it.
Nathan. If Clay didn't take it, Nathan would have put it in
Yeah,
a
Nathan
leather
has
pouch if he had one. Because
Mhm.
he's a cowboy, he's got to have a leather
Mm-hmm.
pouch.
Are we retconning this so you don't have to go all the way back to the beginning and pick it back up?
He definitely would have done this.
What?
Yeah, Nathan would have it. Nathan would
Mhm.
have it.
I don't see a package on your persons.
All right.
He's
well,
got it.
Nathan
see.
takes it out, right?
yeah. I'll get the satchel and pull it out. I hold it up to
Okay.
display it.
As you hold up the envelope to display it, it's like the world has suddenly become like there's an epic chorus chanting somewhere in the background, like "Ah, ah, ah," as the camera, like fisheye, slowly like focuses on the envelope, and the returns manager is just like, "Oh, okay, boy, that's a nice package."
Yeah.
Like, can I hold it?
Ah,
Nope.
Sorry,
can do,
sir.
sorry.
But we've been it's under our just my vocabulary just failed. Clay, I'm gonna let you take this one. Nathan's tongue tied.
Look, I am the return wraith manager of returns, and I need to see that package at once.
No. It goes to accounting, not returns.
Sir,
The only
our
reason we
manager,
go through here is because it's the shortest way to accounting.
and I'd say his name because I didn't catch
Nick.
it.
oh,
What is our manager's name?
His name was X Enoman.
Xenoman.
Yeah.
Now, if and you have an issue, you can take it up with Xeno Man, who has gone and give us this quest to fulfill. And we have been told to take 2 counts and not to drop it anywhere else, sir. Beg your pardon, but we're gonna have to keep on moving.
Clay, he backs down when you said what you said, but then upon hearing the name X Enoman, he goes, "What did you just say? X Enoman of the Western Divisions? He made a fool of me on the volleyball court at the company picnic. I hate him." And he's going to be really upset. "You're going to give me that package right now." He's like, "I need to see what's in there."
Sir, if and you got a problem with what he done on the volleyball court, I suggest you take it up with him on the volleyball court.
He's going to lunge for the package.
I am going to try to toss the well, I'm going to try to hand the package off to Klayshen because I know that
Okay.
he's got a sword. Because somehow I have never been authorized to get a blaster, even though I have put in a request for it multiple times.
It keeps getting lost in the mail somehow. There's always like another form you need to. So like the ones that do go through, it's like, oh, you need a supplemental form, 13B. But to get 13B, you need the acquisitions form, 16R, and it just goes on forever like that. Yeah. So you hand the package to Clay. Clay, what are you going to do as the returns wraith manager lunges for the package?
I'm going to pull out my katana. I'm going to hold it in front of me. I'll be like, "You better not."
The ring wraith manager, from his cloak, retrieves what looks to be a small triangular handle where like the center of it comes through the between the 2 fingers on his hand, and the rest of it is going from the top of like his thumb down to the bottom of his palm. You see this strange, odd-looking handle, and then he goes, snaps it at his side, and it goes, and it's an energy sword from Halo.
Oh, really?
What?
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Mhm.
There
You
was
didn't
I
say
never
what kind of energy sword.
no. I have it on my here. I'll show the picture that I have.
I like Halo.
Mike. Yeah, no, that was what it was. That's what it was meant
That's
to be.
That's Halo.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was what it was meant to be. My face is because it was a gift card. Why does he
Ah.
have to fight for the energy sword?
Don't you worry about it.
Okay, fine.
Okay, then.
You have to fight for it.
We're gonna do
Roll
this hard way.
Roll for initiative. Cody, give me a roll for Clay.
It was 6.
6. Oof. The Wraith, the returns Wraith manager got a 12, and Nathan, you're getting a 10. So he will go first. He is going to make a lunging motion, trusting that the sight of his sword is going to be intimidating enough. With his other hand, he's going to make a swiping attack to try and dislodge the package from your hands, Clay.
I'm going to dodge.
All right. He is going to wildly miss. And as a follow-up to that, I think he's going to take a step back, and then he's going to raise his energy sword ready to fight. Nathan, you're up.
Let's see. All right. Well,
I just
know
want to
what I wanna
say
do.
that you're in the returns department. All around you, like, the people have, like, either, like, they're peeking out from boxes, like, watching, or the rest of them have, like, decided to run. As somebody ran, like, they knocked over, like, a bunch of boxes, which are pretty close to you.
Did anything fall out of any of them?
Yeah, it looks like some strange cylinders, like metal cylinder things fell out.
Nathan,
Yes.
got an idea.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to.
Well, it's
I'm
still
gonna-
Nathan's got to go
Okay.
first here. He's
Okay.
yeah.
Can I say something to Nathan before?
Yeah,
before
I'll let you shout something out to him.
Nathan, open the door and tell them there's a manager willing to help them.
Oh no.
Wow. Nathan, what are you doing?
It's seems like a strange suggestion, but I'm willing to try it.
Okay.
So I peek my head. So I do a quick retreat,
Okay.
and I run over to the door and I open it up and I say, "Judy, Wraith manager for return says he'd be willing to help you out if you need him."
The crowd overhears this, and they've been waiting for so long that they erupt into chaos and push their way through the door. And they flood over the return Wraith manager. No, my only weakness, doing actual work. No! As he disappears into the sea of people, he drops his energy sword, which the blade portion zips away, and it clatters towards Clay. Clay,
I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to grab Nathan by the arm and be like, "Okay, let's get the fuck out of here."
Okay.
No, I am
Okay.
curious about those cylinders that fell on the ground, so I want to take a closer look at them as we're moving away.
I don't know if you have time for that. You can grab one if you want.
Grab one.
Sure, I'll take a look at it on the move. If I don't like it, I'll just toss it back.
Sounds like a plan to me. Oh boy, what have I done? Energy sword. You guys make it to the next section, and it appears to be a section full of elevators, is all this is. There's at least a dozen of them. All of them.
Clay, you keep saying this is the shortest route, but it sure seems to be taking us through an awful lot of dangerous places. Isn't there something more like an official way to get there?
You really don't want to go through the other way. I'm telling you now.
All right. I will trust your judgment as my massage therapist. You ain't led me wrong yet, mostly.
So wait, has Clay been massaging you?
Of course.
course,
I mean,
I
I
massage
don't know any
everybody.
other massage therapists around here. Now that I know what a massage therapist is, I can't live without it.
Oh, fantastic. So you got like about a dozen elevators here. What are you guys doing?
Pull out the map and find out exactly which elevator it is.
Of course. You get into the elevator. It it takes your key cards. Clay, you need to use your key card a couple of times for it. That barcode's wearing off, buddy. But it does eventually let you in, and you guys are off to the next department. It opens up. You're at another security checkpoint. It's Nathan Fillion. Hey guys, how's it going today? Can I see your ID cards?
Hey Nathan.
Sure.
Yeah.
Didn't we just speak to you downstairs?
He looks at you, Nathan, like really confused, like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? But he doesn't press the issue further. He looks at your ID cards. Codey, give me a roll, please.
14.
Can you give me a gift card for Nathan?
Nathan, do you want to choose it or do you want the dog to choose it?
You know what? I'll Nathan would like dogs, so he's gonna let the dog choose.
Nathan would like dog.
Bella, come here.
Yeah, he buys it,
Which
and
one?
he's like, "Oh, hey, Cowboy Nathan, it was
Which
great
one?
seeing you at the racquetball court
So,
the other
which
day.
Which one? Which one?
Judy sends her regards, and she wanted to give you this." And he's
That
going,
one?
Hold up, eh?
A Make-A-Wish star.
Oh, he hands you a box, a weird glowing box. You're not quite sure what's in it just yet, but he says, with regards, and you guys go on your way. You enter a new department, which is...
Marketing.
I was going to say supply chain management. Sure, we can do marketing. That's fine. So you're in the marketing department. There's graphs everywhere. There's like corny ass posters that say like "Hang in there, kitty," and try Ranitar with a Larvitar, like trying to do a pull up. Don't be a fat scyther. That whole thing.
Be a Tyranitar.
Be a Ranitar, not a fail Anitar. I don't know. And there's only one person in here, and they're at a drafting desk. Several drafting desks, I should say. And all of their arms are moving independently of one another, like drawing different things and writing whatever. And it's a giant spider. Apparently, like, one of her many eyes have spotted you two, and she looks towards y'all, and she says, "Codey."
Are you guys here for the drawings?
Hi Sally. No, we're just passing through.
I was
Not
supposed
today, ma'am.
It's actually on the sign. It says Mrs. Shelob, so I don't know if she'll be offended by that or not.
They know me enough.
Okay,
darling.
Sally Shelob. Okay,
It's fine. It's fine. Well, I have those drawings for you, and I've had them for you for a while. I know that you needed some marketing for your gamekeeping business, and Lord knows you need the coupons for the massage because I've been hearing some things.
Yeah, we'll be back down through here when we come back through. We're just going up to accounting real quick.
Accounting. Did you guys hear the drama from accounting?
Good
Martha.
Lord, what is it this time?
Martha.
that's actually Maritha.
Martha has been sleeping around with a guy from what is that department? The sales department.
Well, if and you know how her last relationship ended, I can't say as I'm rightly surprised.
Are you talking about the rock dude, or are you talking about the tree one in sales?
She's talking about the gentleman that's
Gosh.
10 feet tall and wears a giant suit of metal armor with black voids where his eyes should be, and lots of spikes on his helm, and like a big old sword and staff.
But she definitely had a fling with that tree gentleman as well. Oh my goodness. That tree gentleman as well. She had a fling with him.
Let's just say she's the real mouth of Sauron.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yes. But how are things? What have you heard anything, Clay? I mean, you put everyone in a good mood, so you probably hear all kinds of gossip in your job.
Clay, where's the ring? I mean, where's the package?
It is safely in my bag.
Okay. Out of view, right?
Out of view, yes.
Okay. Codey, give me a roll. Let's see if
Four.
Mrs. Sally Shelob 4. Okay, she does not detect the package, so that's good.
Stop.
You guys banter on for a little bit more and catch up, and Miss Sally Shelob is very nice, nice to you. And she invites you back to the employee kitchen for a bite to eat if you guys have a moment.
We'll take you up when we come back. We're on deadline to get up.
Oh, are you sure this cobbler is to die for? I have a new recipe actually. I found it on Pinterest and I just love this recipe. I think that you guys would love it. You know, everyone else says that it's really good.
She means pin and twist. And she says cobbler, but she's holding up clearly what is a full-sized humanoid shape that's wrapped in spider web. Cocooned, if you will.
So we'll take you up on it when we come back through when we get those drawings.
Mail waits for no one, ma'am.
All right. Well, you guys get past Miss Sally Shelob and you exit the marketing department. You are now in supply chain management, which is just a small group of offices. Nothing crazy here. There is your good buddy Sorrow Man. He's here hanging out. He gives you a high five. You keep going, but secretly you both know that he's been talking behind your back to the boss. He's one of those office guys. He's really friendly to your face.
Fucking narcs, man.
Yeah, we don't like narcs. Fuck him. Someday he sits on his lofty tower. Someday it'll fall.
Or he'll fall.
Or he'll fall
Off of the tower.
Off the tower. Send a little butterfly, and then just give it a little kiss. And
it's
then
a moth. It's a moth actually, and he doesn't really ever talk to those things. But
exactly.
I digress.
I digest. You guys get through that section as well. He does not detect the package. You're at another elevator. This one is so fancy. This is clearly a high level elevator, for execs and bigwigs. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I'm going to check and see if it'll recognize our ID cards.
Okay.
Assuming this is the elevator we need to take, seeing as you have the map and all.
I'm just going to go and tell you that it is.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Fuck me, success. You both enter the elevator, and Clay looks at his map, and he looks at the buttons, and he clicks the button that you guys need, and of course it's all the way at the top, and it goes for what feels like forever. But you finally get there. It opens up into a very dark office space with red lighting for some reason. It's very clearly it's one of those Wolf of Wall Street swanky office pads, so it's mood lighting, really. All the lights have LEDs, but it's the kind that looks like fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did Nathan ever get his wish?
He's got it in his possession.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
He hasn't opened the box yet, if that's what you mean.
Open the box. It's fine.
The office opens up itself into another back room, and you'll see that there's a single shredder under a spotlight. That is where you need to go to destroy the envelope.
So, how do we know this? We just know it.
Well, if you recall, the instructions said that the only place that this sensitive data could be destroyed
that's right, yeah. Okay.
Was in
I
this
forgot.
place.
We were on that elevator so long.
Classic company, protecting personal information, stuff like that. You got to shred your documents. You can't let that stuff get out or whatever. So this document was extremely important. You need to get rid of it. There's the shredder.
Oh, Nathan, did you ever figure out what that circle, that round thing you picked up out of the floor was back there?
Oh no, I done plumb forgot with everything going on. Yeah, what was the thing I picked up on the ground?
I mean, you can examine it. It looks like a metal cylinder with a button on the side.
Well, feel like just randomly pressing this might get me in trouble. I will save that for an emergency.
Okay.
So, what are you guys doing? You've stepped into the small lobby thing where you would normally find like a secretary or an assistant or something, and then the double doors that open into a room, and you see the spotlight that is illuminating the shredder. But you don't see anybody.
I don't know why they always keep the mood lighting on here. People up here are so dramatic. Anyways.
Yeah. Hold on. While it would be easy for us to simply toss this in there, I do believe we need to get some kind of documentation to prove that it was delivered. Mr. Eno Man is not exactly forgiven about that sort of thing. I've discovered, unfortunately. He's a bit officious when it suits him.
Yeah, the last person that did that, you'll remember, ended up like giving birth through their chest to one of his many sons and daughters.
I mean, do you have your cell phone on you? I mean, we could just snap a picture of us dropping it in.
Does Nathan have a cell phone? Are we retconning this? I don't think he has a cell phone.
Look, I know you keep saying those little magic boxes are extremely useful, but I don't trust them. They might have ghosts inside.
The magic boxes. I'm gonna help you guys out here. You can search the room.
Well, I forgot mine down in my massage parlor. So.
Well, maybe there's like a service bell we can ring. Get someone up here from secretarial or management or something to confirm our receipt of the goods. All right, so Nathan starts looking around, see if there's anything in the room, in the area.
You don't see anything in the room per se, but on nothing of note other than on where like the assistant's desk was, there is a little bell.
Oh, well, that is exactly what I was looking for. And I tap it.
The moment you tap it, before the audible ding even stops, behind you is a 10-foot tall, evil necromantic wizard standing behind you. He's got full armor, dark black robes. You can't see his face, voids for eyes, spikes all over his helm. He's got a fucking mace, and he is just there behind you. Like, you feel the chill. You know that feeling you get when it's like, oh shit, they're right behind me? That's what you've got right now. You can feel that chill up your spine. Clay, you would see this. You don't know where he came from. He's just standing there like he had been there the whole time. And this happened in front of your eyes. You see this huge man, and you both hear like this maddening, it's not a voice per se, but it's like a screech in your head, but you can understand it. How can I help you, gentlemen?
We need a receipt for delivering a package up here.
What package? I was not made aware that there was a package coming today. This hurts, by the way. This voice in your head, it hurts to hear it.
It does.
We are needing to destroy a document. We need a receipt from you all to do it. We need a receipt from you.
Well, show me the document.
I pull out.
He's going to immediately recognize what it is the moment he sets eyes on it. Give that to me, he's demanding of you. I am Steve Auron, Vice President of External Affairs. I require. Give it to me now.
Might we see some ID, sir?
He fucking like a giant fiery eyeball erupts from above his head, and like a corona of like flame and blood just like fills the background as he starts to like outstretch his arms, and like you feel his unholy presence come truly into being. And yeah, it's time to roll initiative. Cody, can you roll for Clay?
Sure can. 2.
Did you say a 2?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, he just goes last. He's got all the shit too.
Nathan's got a 3. Steve Auron.
Got a 1.
Is it Steve Auron or Steve Auron?
You're right. I'm sorry, Steve Auron. He got a 2. So
I get first.
I'll give it to you, Clay. I'll give it to you. But Nathan is actually going first.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Nathan got one before me.
Nathan, what do you want to do? It is clear this executive vice president of external affairs is not going to let you buy to the shredder without a fight.
All right. Sir, a giant flaming eyeball is not a form of identification, and I kick him in the junk.
Okay. Well, you could certainly try.
Yes, I'm gonna try.
You kick him square in the junk. You hear a metallic bing, and he just looks at you cold and darkly, like didn't bother him one bit. Clay, what are you doing?
Okay. Let's do this shit again. I put the package back. Dual wield. The katana in one hand, the energy sword in the other.
Clay, you've been carrying the package this whole time. You started to feel like a heaviness, a weariness about you. And you can't help but be drawn to the package. Like, it's kind of been yours this whole time. Like, why would you give it to this guy? And like, why is it so important to shred? Maybe you should keep it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of just like a little thing in the back of your mind. What'd you say you were doing? You were using your sword?
I'm taking both of them out. I
Okay.
have a katana in one hand, energy sword in the other.
Okay, what are you doing?
I just love the image of Clay with both weapons and Cowboy Nathan just with good charm.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's not identification. I'm loving this.
Okay. Well, let's see here. You have a giant eyeball above your head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go for that. Let's stab that a few times.
With what?
The energy sword.
Okay.
So that's probably gonna be the most effective.
The eye is more of a manifestation of his presence and less of like his true body. The sword's not really gonna do much. It's gonna disrupt the image that you see. I mean, I still gotta roll to see if you make contact, but which you do. But it doesn't really do anything but be just kind of annoying.
Okay. Well, then with my other sword, I'm going to go for his head.
Steve Auron. Oh yeah, let's see. Hang on. That's gonna connect with his head. Which sword was that?
That was the katana.
The katana. Plus 10 to versus demons. It's gonna connect full on, and it's in fact gonna crit. So let's give it a little extra juice here. For 25 points of damage.
Jeez.
So, I want to point out that I gave Steve Auron a set hit point, and I've got it on the calculator, and let's see if you guys can do this, because it's not going to be easy. This is like the first real combat we've had on the show, so it's going to be his turn. He's going to not visibly react to the sword blow to his head, and he's going to attempt to swing his big-ass fucking mace at you, Clay.
Okay.
Holy shit. Codey, we need a death card. That was a nat 20. It's gonna connect. A flash of power erupts from the impact and sends you flying across the room into the wall, and you are very nearly unconscious. Like one more blow like that and you will be toast, my guy. What is it, Codey? Why are you laughing? You're muted.
I'm trying to remember the joke that this is from, but you are carcinized. Return to crab.
Oh no! Return to crab. Clay, a crazy magic has taken over your body after being hit, and you started to feel like your skin starts to harden weirdly, and you feel like you would really go for like a dead sardine in like a trash heap somewhere. But we'll come back to that. Nathan, it's your turn.
Well, this seems like a bit of an emergency. I pull out the metal tube I had earlier, and making sure is not to point it at myself or anything, or Clay for that matter. I'm going to push the button and see what it does.
All right, you pull the metal cylinder out. Are you aiming it at anyone in particular, or just away from you and Clay?
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do, so I'm not aiming it at anything in particular.
Okay.
I mean, it might be a healing ray. I might heal the bad guy if I pointed it at him. So I mean, not do that.
That's fair. That's a fair assumption. Like, it could be. But what it actually is... Nathan, you have what is clearly a lightsaber in your hands. What would you like to do with it?
Let's see. I'm going to see if I can... I'm gonna make a run at. I need to get this dude off of Clay. He's clearly in some kind of trouble. I'm gonna try to strike his weapon and see if I can break it with this crazy thing. Because I saw someone using one of these things one time. It seemed pretty good.
Okay.
See if I can knock his weapon out of his hand with
it. You're going to make contact with his. He's gonna like kind of reflectively like move to block it with one of his gauntlets. You're going to connect with his arm. He is not going to drop the mace, however, you will be inflicting some damage to him. So, but not a whole lot. It is now Clay's turn. Clay, you're starting to feel a little crunchy, buddy.
Okay. I'm going to be like, and this is why Jennifer left you. And this is why you should have kissed the girl. And I'm going to...
All right, no, you gotta do it. You gotta sing the song now. Sha-na-na-na-na-na, don't be shy. You know you got to kiss the girl. Ooh, Clay, you look down, and suddenly, instead of legs, you have, like, 4 crab legs.
This is why you should have kissed the girl. And I'm going...
And one of your arms, you can tell, is slowly turning into a crab claw.
All right, and I'm going to... At this point, energy sword. I'm going to energy sword his arm that is holding the actually, I'm going to energy sword and katana, both his arm that is holding the mace.
You are still a bit wobbly, not only from the massive blow that you took, but also your physiological body is changing into a crab. So unfortunately your swing kind of goes wide and you miss entirely. Very sorry. Steve Auron is going to now attack. He is going to raise his non-armed hand, and he's going to aim it at Nathan, and just a bunch of force lightning's going to come out of there and fly over his head and explode against the wall behind him, just narrowly missing him. We're back to Nathan. Nathan, it is your turn.
I really am doubting your credentials as any form of law enforcement officer here, sir. And I'm gonna go try to take another swing at that mace.
All right.
Because
he is going to parry quite successfully. You are now exposed. Not only was he able to parry the attack to take no damage, but you are exposed and open to the next attack. Clay, it is your turn.
Okay, so he parried him. So he is open to me at this point.
I would think so.
I am going to again go for his, because he's parried. I'm guessing like this. I'm going to go for this right here with both swords.
Both swords. Okay. That's gonna crit. That's gonna hit and crit. So let's give you some bonus damage here.
And that's both swords energy.
I rolled a 12.
Slayer.
Okay. That's gonna be 50 damage,
Jeez.
and that's gonna be enough to make him his leg is gonna buckle. He's not gonna go to his knee. He's too powerful for that. It's gonna buckle a little bit, but and his grip loosened enough on the mace that it starts to fall from his hand. He's probably pretty mad about this. He's then going to ball up a fist and try to punch Nathan right in the chest. That's going to hit. Nathan, you're going to get sent, you're thrown back, not quite as far. You're not going to slam into the wall the way that Clay did previously with the mace, but you're going to be kind of gasping for air just a little bit. That hurt. You probably don't want to take too many of those. Nathan, we're gonna say that you're prone for the turn, and Clay, we're gonna say it's your turn again. Okay.
So you said his knee is buckling, but not. He hasn't fell to his knee, but it's he's getting weak at the knee.
Well, I wouldn't say he's weak in the knee. It's just where he had parried. His stance was as such that you were able to catch him off guard enough to throw him off balance enough to drop the mace.
Okay, so is he still off balance?
Yeah, sure. He just punched Nick, or Nathan, excuse me. He just punched Nathan, so we'll say he's, still recovering from that.
I'm going to go for I'm going to go for the off balance knee. So the knee that he has all his weight on, I'm going to go for it.
Okay. Codey, can you give me a roll?
Mm-hmm.
Both swords.
5.
Unfortunately, that's not going to hit. Steve Auron has perceived your next attack. He raises that leg up fast enough that as you strike down, he comes down and catches both swords under his foot, pinning them to the ground. It's going to now be his turn. And
what's the crab and his carcinization level?
I would say by now both arms are starting to turn into claws, and his back is starting to turn into full crab shell.
Cool.
Let's say that his eyes are starting to go into stalks as well, just to start to So now it is going to be Steve Auron's turn, and he's got both your swords pinned. He is going to then try and grab you by the throat and lift you straight into the air.
9.
15. So he does grab you by the throat. You manage to somehow get the swords free from under his foot as he lifts you in the air, and then he's going to throw you across the room. After
by chance towards the shredder?
No. He threw you in the opposite. He's standing in between you guys and the shredder. So he threw you in the same direction that Nathan went. You are now prone. And then he's going to start to reach for his mace again. Nathan, you are fully stand back up. You still have your lightsaber. You can take an action now.
Okay. I'm going to try to run over and hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna kick the mace out of his reach if I can.
I will also point out there that Clay, you still have the decanter of endless water.
Don't help him.
And I'm just trying to make sure everyone remembers what all they have, because at this point y'all have a lot of stuff. And then you still have a box.
No,
I forgot about the decanter in endless water.
Stop helping him. Nathan, you successfully kicked the mace across the room, much to Steve Auron's dismay. Clay, you're going to take this turn to kind of recover from being thrown. It is now going to be Steve Auron's turn, and he is going to attempt to backhand Nathan with the back of his fist. But unfortunately for him, you're able to see the attack coming, and you duck just in time. Wait, whose turn? Oh yeah, it would be back to Nathan. Nathan, it's your turn.
I've been in enough barroom brawls to know when that one's coming.
Woo!
I drop low, and as I do, I take a swing at his legs with the lightsaber.
Okay.
Or the crazy laser stick, as Nathan's probably thinking of.
You connect with his leg. We'll just say, I don't know what a freaking lightsaber's gonna do. We'll just say 15. His knee buckles and he falls to one knee. Clay, it is now your turn.
Okay. I've got an idea. Nathan, get on something. Get off the floor.
Floor's lava. Got it.
Okay, what are you doing, Clay?
I'm going to get off of the floor. I'm going to open my decanter of endless water.
All right, Cody, you're in
going-
charge of this one.
So the decanter, I rolled a 2 when we got it. Stop. So the decanter has about 5 gallons of water per opening.
Ooh, so
Fountain.
yeah, you dump 5 gallons.
Probably wouldn't fill the room, but if you aimed it like,
I'm going to aim it at the guy.
so yeah, like 5 gallons of water is just gonna come shooting out at him.
Steve Auron gets smacked with the equivalent of a giant ass water balloon, and he is now disoriented. So we'll say that he's going to need a turn to reorient himself and stand back up. Nathan,
He's also
you're up.
soaked. I'm not done yet. He is
Oh.
soaked.
Okay,
And
well,
I have an energy sword with probably 10 million volts to it.
I'm not sure the swords from Halo work in that way. I think they're more like light energy and less electrical
Or
energy.
some kind of plasma or something.
Oh, you're right. They're plasma. That's right. So yeah, I don't think it's going to work quite that well, like the way you want it's going to work. But Nathan, it is your turn.
All right. Well, so he's disoriented. I'm gonna the leg he's got planted forward is holding him up. I'm gonna kick it,
Okay.
trying to get him on the ground.
Wow, success. That's gonna crit. That's okay. So 22 damage. You kick the shit out of that leg.
He takes a little run up and just snap kicks it right in the side of the knee.
If any normal person their knee would snap in half, but Steve Auron is not any normal person. However, they do fall to the ground. They are completely on the ground now. Clay, it is your turn.
Steve Auron, forget he has a mouth and stuff, correct?
No, he's wearing a helm. Have you ever seen Sauron before?
Yeah, so okay. But so he has he has a spot where his mouth would be.
No.
Yeah, not.
Fuck. I have to look up Sauron's.
I will say that
I
the
got you.
sword is a Type 1 energy weapon. It lacks any solid material in which to hold or impale. It doesn't cut or carve, but it rather boils anything that it comes into contact with. So it's not electricity,
Okay.
but
If you check the chat, there's a picture of Sauron there. Steve
Okay.
Auron, I mean.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the decanter back up. I'm going to put my energy sword against the decanter. I'm going to shove the decanter up underneath his mask, and I'm going to open the decanter, which is going to be boiling at this point.
Yeah.
And he's going to get 5 gallons of boiling water shoved up underneath his helm.
All right. Let's see how that does. Cody, can you give me a roll?
16.
It works. Let's roll for damage, shall we? Why not? You know, I'll even give you 2. That's how unafraid I am. 17. And we're going to say that that's burning, so he'll take some damage every turn from here on out. It is going to be Steve Auron's turn. He's going to spend it getting back up. He is very mad at both of you. And he is going to attempt to, well, let's say he took the whole turn getting back up. Nathan, it is your turn. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you guys out because he could kill you like really easily.
Yeah, I imagine he could.
I was gonna say I don't think we've had a death on Let's Die yet, but
It could be today.
but if it's Cowboy Nathan, I quit. So
It could be today. I'll spoil it a little bit, guys. He had 1,000. He started with 1,000 HP. Like you you guys need to kick it into high gear, I guess.
Let's see. It's like, all right, let's see. Given that this ain't slowing him down, and like I hate the meta game, but yeah, we will be here all night. Since he's in the process of standing up, Nathan's gonna run a Hail Mary over to the shredder, and he's like, Clay. Or
What are you gonna say?
Dang it, I want to say go long, but I'm the one that went long. It ruins it.
You could say like, throw me the package.
Oh, it's dang it! I don't know sports lingo well enough. Like Nathan would have one because he's been playing ball games all the time.
Hail Mary. I don't know.
Let's see. I'm gonna say this. This is just gonna be some random like. It's gonna be like, let's see. Fourth quarter, third down, 3 seconds left. And I hold up my hands. I assume he knows the game that I was talking about.
Okay. Clay, do you know the game that he was talking about?
I think so, because I think we play on the same team. But at the same time...
Yeah, if we're going by the dice, you absolutely understand. You know exactly what he wants you to do.
But at the same time, I'm conflicted, because I want to keep this for myself.
It's true. You are being tempted. Let's see. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see. Let's let the dice decide. You hold the package up as though you're ready to throw it to Nathan. You hesitate, however briefly, and you must fight the temptation. Codey, give me 2 rolls here, and we will take the lowest one.
8.
You hesitate enough so that, like, you go to throw it, and you stop yourself, but as you stop yourself, it kind of falls from your hand, and it just kind of goes across the floor, maybe, I don't know, like 7 or 8 feet. Steve Auron is going to absolutely see this, and it's his turn. He is going to make a mad dash in his giant lumbering form for the package. I will give you both one last go here. Nathan, what do you want to do?
While he's running forward and like reaching down to grab it, I'm gonna try to run up behind him and like drop kick him.
Okay, Clay, what is your last ditch thing that you want to do?
Okay, so so the package out in out in the middle of the open.
Yeah, like
Okay.
if
how
you guys don't do something, he will grab it.
Okay, so I just need to move the package away from how he's going to grab it, because I'm sure he's like he's going to grab. He's like lunging for it. How big is the package? Like this big?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to. How far am I away from it?
Like 7 or 8 feet.
Okay.
Because it came out of your hand.
Okay. I am going to cap my decanter, run up as far as I can, point the decanter at it, and open, and shoot the water at it to push the package as far as I can.
Codey, give me a roll.
Who am I rolling for?
Clay, I'm
Okay,
rolling for Nathan.
I'm gonna roll double because he's got to have some like the desire of no one else to have the package, right?
Yeah. So I mean, he did disadvantage, so you'll take the lowest of the 2 rolls.
Okay. 9.
Okay. Yeah, I think that works. I think you successfully managed to push the ring further out so that Steve Auron wouldn't be able to grab it this turn.
The package.
Nathan, right, and then Nathan, you successfully drop kick him, sending him back for a little even further. That's going to deal a little bit of damage, but not much at all. Yeah, the dice have spoken. It is now Steve Auron's turn, and he has had enough. This shit has gone on for too long, and you both get like a shockwave of his dark magic as he starts to power up, and he is going, you see like red electricity behind it. Like this shit is going bananas. Like objects in the office are starting to float. Like he's about to Kamehameha y'all's asses. It's basically a solar beam. He's charging it up, Codey. He's about to end this. This is about to be game over. I will give you both one more chance to do something. Nathan, you're first.
Let's see. I am going to...
Stop mitigating! Stop helping them, Codey! Codey, stop helping them!
I'm away from my screen, so I can't see how she's helping anyway. Let's see.
She was for the audio listener. She was holding up the Make-A-Wish card.
See, unfortunately, like I have unless actually, because I don't see any reason why Nathan would think to open the box and see what was in there since he's been working. It's like, oh, I'm gonna open the gift later.
Clay has the box.
I'm talking about like the Make-A-Wish card. But
yeah, I thought
the gift I was given.
I thought Clay had that.
No, Nick has that.
Oh, I'm my mistake. I'm sorry, Nathan.
But
Nathan has that, but like, yeah, I think he thought it was gonna be a.
How about this, Nathan? After you drop kicked the Dark Lord, and you land, you know, it's not always as glamorous as the movies make it out to be. You drop kick him, but you're fully extended, so your whole side just lands on the ground.
Yeah.
And as you do so, your effects spill out of from your body, and you see the box slide in front of you. It is glowing like gold, like around the brim of the lid.
Well, since I see it now, I feel drawn to it. I pick it up and I open it. I examine it. What do I feel?
Suddenly, the epicness of what's happening stops entirely. You are enveloped in a warm white light. You see nothing around you, but you feel safe in this moment. And you feel something in your mind that is basically like, say your heart's desire and it will come true. Make a wish. And what are you going to wish for, Nathan?
I want the stopwatch back.
See, I know, like
all my clothes get the stopwatch.
You literally got the most. By the way, you got the most broken thing in this whole game we created.
The wish.
Yeah.
Oh no! Like to the worst person, honestly.
I want out of the simulation.
Nope. No metagaming.
I imagine that Nathan would think on.
Nathan doesn't know he's in a simulation.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Think on all the things that he's ever wanted, all the things he could have, the possibility of trying to get home, and all this other stuff. But honestly, working here this past year or whatever, it's just ain't been that bad. Closes his eyes, he says, "Damn, I just wish people would be reasonable for a change."
Ah! Did you say? Is that what you wished for? Did you say that?
Yep.
Oh no. Okay. Suddenly the white light fades out, and you hear, just like in your mind, "Your wish is my command." It's a voice that sounds just like mine. Damn it! I should have just made myself a genie. And suddenly, like, you're back in the office, and Steve Auron is just standing there, staring at the envelope. And he's just staring at it for what seems like an eternity. And he just starts saying, "I've been trying to get my hands on this sensitive data all my career. My entire life has came up to this moment. Finally, this is what I need to advance myself, to really show Orgocorp what I'm made of, to take the reins and lead this company into a new era. But now that it's here, I I just didn't see. I didn't care. I saw, but I didn't care about all the people I hurt along Septon on the way to get to where I was today. Maybe that's unreasonable of me. He picks the ring. He picks the the package up. Excuse me. Walks over to the shredder, opens the package, and dumps the contents into it, which was a golden ring, and the shredder completely destroys it. As this happens, the air around you starts to waver, and the world fades to black as you both wake up in test tubes. And folks, that's where we're going to leave it today. Let's Die, His vs. Hers Guide to the Apocalypse. Revenant, baby! We did it! Codey, do you like how I got Lord of the Rings into Orgocorp?
I did. I also like one thing that people might not have noticed was that the shredder, the brand of the shredder was MTD.
I forgot to do that, but yeah, absolutely.
No, I got you. Yeah, no, it's
it was the brand is MTD and the model was 00M.
exactly.
Yeah. Follow Clay at Watchers of the Stuff. It is a fantastic podcast, part of our Pod Dog family here. He is also on twitch.tv/Klayshen. Links in the description. Same thing for Nick. Links in the description. He's got a DeviantArt. He's got a Patreon. He's got an Instagram. Is there anything else you guys would like to say before we go?
No, I think I'm good for the
All
moment.
right.
I've got a project I'm working on, but it is rough draft stage at best. Like,
Oh,
really,
you tease!
I do.
Well, we can't wait to hear about it when you're allowed to talk about it. Codey Mathis at Codey Mathis. Follow us at Let's Die Pod on Twitter and InstaPodDog on Instagram. Patreon.com/PodDog. And don't forget, if we're gonna die, let's die together, baby. I felt like giving Sauron 1,000 HP was acceptable. What do you guys think?
I mean, he is like the biggest big bad and one of the biggest fantasy epics of like the last century or two, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
like, I mean, nobody real like. Well, I guess he has been killed a couple times, right? But like, it's like such an extreme undertaking to do so.
yeah, it's by like big, huge name characters in that universe, like Cowboy Nathan and Klayshen. As rad as it would be for us to take out the big bad of Lord of the Rings, I mean, realistically, it wasn't going to happen.
We should have picked up his mace and used it against him.
I feel like at the rate y'all were going, you kept getting lucky and dealing pretty good chunks of damage to him. Like it's not impossible that you guys would be able to pull it off, but like that one hit where he critted on Clay, like one more of those and Clay would have been near dead. I was basically giving you both like 3 to 4 hits before you start just outright being dead. So he kept missing and you guys kept rolling well. So thank the dice gods, I guess. Codey,
Crab Clay.
Oh yeah, let me make a note of that. He's still turning into a crab. We're not.
No.
He's not off the hook.
What was Return to Crab? Was that from?
That was some meme, I think.
No, it was also from After Dark Rye. Everything, but also like it's because so many different animals like evolution leads back to crab.
Yeah, I remember Kyle Hill of Because Science did a whole video about that. So
look at the sploot.
Hold on.
Energy sword. What the hell does Clay have again?
I have an energy sword, a map, and a katana.
And the decanter of endless water.
And the decanter of endless water.
He's a crab.
Okay. And I'm just gonna put in front of his name Crab.
Clay's hands.
Crab Siska.
And then this is Vinnie.
Okay. We gotta go.
Stop. Okay.
This show is brought to you by Pod Dog, the one-stop shop for all your Pokemon After Dark rides, Jaws breakers, Let's Die, and Watchers of the Stuff needs. If you liked it, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/poddog or visit the link tree in the description for our Discord, Twitch handles, and socials. Pod Dog Productions. We had to keep track of all this stuff somehow. By the way, don't turn me off. I'll stop existing. I don't know who that guy is, but he sounds desperate.
And attract.